Hi, this is Jenny Brav of Radiant Wholeness Healing, and today we're going to be tapping on feeling shocked. And in my experience, many times, unless something really traumatizing is happening in the moment, we feel shock about something external, whether it's expected or not. Sometimes we were bracing ourselves for something and then but hoping it wouldn't be the case. And then when it happens, there's still this shock response in our bodies. And in most cases, it's because whatever's happening externally, it could be bad news, it could be getting fired, or somebody acting in an angry way, or whatever it might be. The shock response in our bodies is often the activation of an old trauma response. And so we're going to do some tapping just to clear that from our systems, especially the nervous system, and to be able to access a state of more calm and resiliency, regardless of what's happening externally. So I invite you, before we start tapping, to just close your eyes if that's comfortable and take a few breaths. And as you do, just notice what the shock response feels like in your body. If there are parts that feel numb or frozen or jittery or contracted, or if you've dissociated and left your body. Noticing if there are other emotions that have been triggered as well, maybe fear or anger, powerlessness, rage, confusion, grief, or any other emotions. Also noticing if there are any beliefs associated with the physical sensation, with the emotions, either about yourself or about the world, about others. Might be beliefs about safety, or about mattering, or any other beliefs. And then also noticing if this feels familiar. And if it does, maybe asking yourself if there was an age associated with this shock feeling. What age might it be? Or you might also trace it back to a memory or a time frame in your life. Might also be ancestral if there's no clear age or memory. Many of our ancestors went through traumatic events, and the imprint of that is still in our nervous systems, in our belief system, in our potentially even in our DNA. And I also invite you, and this might not be accessible right now, but sometimes it can be helpful for our nervous systems to not be flooded or in a state of fight or flight when we're doing the healing work. So if it resonates, you can call forth a guide, an energy, a quality. Might be a color, an element, an animal or plant guide, a spiritual teacher, a place that feels really safe to you, that's wanting to help you clear this feeling of shock. And if nothing shows up for you, again, that's totally fine. And if it does, just spending a few breaths here, sending gratitude for whatever or whoever showed up. Maybe feeling into whatever qualities they represent. Opening to any message they might have for you in this moment. When you're ready, we're going to start tapping on the side of your hand. Even though I'm feeling shocked, you're going to repeat after me. Feel free to modify the words if they don't completely fit. Even though I'm feeling shocked. And it's possible I'm having a trauma response. At the very least, I am feeling startled. And my nervous system is activated. And part of me wants to check out. And part of me keeps on going over the thing that activated this response. I love and accept myself deeply and completely. Even with all of this. Good, deep breath. Tapping all over the head. High part of me that's feeling shocked. Inside of the eyebrows. I see you. Outside of the eyes, I feel you. Under the eyes. Of course, you're feeling shocked. Under and above the lips, breathe. It's okay to feel shocked. Under the collarbone. And I am so sorry. Middle of the sternum. About whatever that happened. Ribs that might have triggered your startle response. Side of the body. Or an old trauma response. Wrist. And I acknowledge any other emotions, other risks that are also present with this shock. Good. Deep breath. Make noise on the exhale. Oh. Maybe shake it out a little bit. Tapping all over the head. High fear. Inside of the eyebrows. High anger. Outside of the eyes. Grief. Under the eyes. Powerlessness. Under and above the lips. And I acknowledge any part that might have shown up under the collarbone, the part that was feeling hopeful, middle of sternum, head. Wanted to let go, the ribs. Had hoped this was in our past. Side of the body. And is feeling sad and disappointed. Wrist. I acknowledge the part that's scared and wants to hide. Other wrist. The part that's angry and wants to push back, fight back. Head. The part that's cynical. Inside of the eyebrows, and might say see. Outside of the eyes. It's always turns out this way. Under the eyes, you were silly to hope. Under and above the lips, breathe. The part that's hypervigilant. Under the collarbone, scanning for danger. Middle sternum. Was already waiting for the other shoe to drop. Ribs. Keeps on replaying what happened. Side of the body, or is anxious about the future. Deep breath. Wrist. I acknowledge all of my parts. Other wrist. You are all welcome. Head. I know you're all just trying to protect me. Inside of the eyebrows, in whatever way you can. Outside of the eyes, breathe. Under the eyes. And I acknowledge any old trauma that might have gotten activated under and above the lips. Breathe. Under the collarbone. My trauma, middle of sternum, ancestral trauma, the ribs, possibly even past life trauma, side of the body. Wrist. I see you. Other wrist. I feel you. Head. I know that whatever happened inside of the eyebrows activated some old feelings outside of the eyes. That maybe 1 minute everything was fine under the eyes. Breathe. Under and above the lips. And the next minute, everything changed under the collarbone in 1 instant. Middle of sternum, high imprint of shock in my nervous system. Ribs. I see you. Side of the body, I feel you. Wrist. I know you wake up. Other wrist. Whenever something is startling, all over the head, I'm confronted with an unexpected situation inside of the eyebrows, bad news outside of the eyes. Somebody who's angry. Or any other trigger under and above the lips. Breathe. And it's possible under the collarbone that I am ready to release this imprint. Middle of sternum. I know it's trying to help me. Ribs, trying to make sure that I don't get caught unaware again. Side of the body, caught off guard. Rest. But instead of preparing me for challenging situations, other rest. You're actually making them more challenging. Tapping all over the head because I might check out inside of the eyebrows or go into a rage and want to fight the world outside of the eyes or get anxious and worried under the eyes. Or want to hide under and above the lips. Breathe. all of which undermined my ability to deal with whatever it is. Under the collarbone and undermine my resilience. Middle of the sternum, my ability to get back up. Ribs to brush off the dust. Side of the body to keep putting one foot in front of the other. Good, breathe. So I invite you to gather that shock response. It might be in your head and your thoughts. It might be in the jaw, the neck, the shoulders. It might be in the place where you dissociate. It might be this just startled feeling in the chest or in the belly or the lower back or coiled feeling in the legs. Wherever you feel it, we're going to gather it from your body, your nervous system, and hold it out in front of you. This shock response and all the things that are associated with it. So all of the secondary emotions, the nervous system activation, whatever memories might be associated. So we're going to stack it all up. The beliefs that are associated with whatever original thing triggered this, whether again it's ancestral or childhood or both, or potentially past life, coping strategies to deal with the startle shock response. And I'd like to nod to it all. And just thanking the shock response for wanting to protect you, for reminding you of what might have happened before, for trying to keep you prepared. And if it doesn't feel like you're ready to release it, that's totally fine. You might set it down for now and keep doing the first part of the video. But if you're getting a yes, that you're ready to just let this go, we're going to release it into the universe, back to energy and light and sound and vibration, releasing any cords that are tying us to whatever the original trauma and wounding was, whatever that was, just with compassion and care and gratitude. And then we're going to call back into our crown, just a feeling of trust, of safety, of presence, of staying in the present moment, of resilience, maybe even of humor, lightness, which is the opposite of the urgency and the direness that gets activated with the shock response. And we're going to rewire our neural pathways from that fear response, from the hypervigilance, looking for the other shoe to drop, scanning for danger, and rewiring it into this state of trust, of gratitude, of allowing and rewiring the nervous system to this state of parasympathetic, of rest, digest, and befriend. And bringing this feeling into your heart and maybe closing your eyes and either tapping back into that energy you accessed earlier, or if there was nothing present, you can call forth now any guide, any energy, sound, vibration, color, image, element teacher that wants to help you release the residue of the feeling of shock and wants to help rewire your system towards trust and calm and peace, resilience, towards the light. Rewiring your beliefs into new beliefs about yourself and the world, or your capacity to be with challenges. And filling all four chambers of your heart with whatever you're sensing, any message you might be receiving. Perhaps if it's accessible, stepping into a version of you that is in your power, able to be with whatever arises with grace, with the knowing that it is helping you grow in whatever way you're meant to. And when you're ready, sending that up and down your timeline, up and down the lineage, your lifetimes, and tapping all over your body, shaking it out, touching something grounding. Beautiful. Thank you so much for going on that journey with me. And please comment below how that went, like, subscribe. And if you want to do deeper healing work on any shock response, anything you think might be underlying it, there's information in the link about free consultations. Thank you so much.